Jerry Kadich, Elms Road, United States of America, veteran. I've lived in Gaines Township since 1999. Could be back to the township board meetings. I've missed it. I've missed it a lot. Even though I haven't attended for several months, you can bet I've kept track of the goings on in the business of the board. I see that Mr. Timmons is not here. Wanted to pay him a bit of a compliment, I guess. I must say that Mr. Timmons, if you're listening, that if the other board members had your integrity, the welfare and concerns of the citizens and the township at hand, instead of themselves and the corn mafia, Gaines Township would be a leader in the Michigan Township Association and a bright spot in our state. Mr. Dollar, sir, why can't we as citizens get a comprehensive answer to the mosquito questions that have been asked of you? Mostly on the cost of the mailings in its entirety, as well as a correct tally on the replies. Several neighbors of mine on Elms Road never received the letter and prepaid postcard you mailed out. If so, their votes, if they would have gotten them, their votes would have been a solid no. So what were the costs, I ask you, sir? Madam Treasurer, you stated at several meetings you had received numerous phone calls on the mosquito situation, but when asked for a record of those calls, you basically pleaded the fifth. How many calls and who were these calls of so-called citizens? Were they family and friends or part of the corn mafia? Just who was it? I see Mr. Purdy isn't here, but I'm going to address him as well. I'm just curious if his opinion of patriots and veterans is the same as it was back in December. Mr. Fortino, sir, I want to suggest maybe you might want to go see an eye doctor for that eye rolling problem that you have. Whenever a citizen addresses the board, you just roll them eyes. And then also, you might want to have your gavel in front of you instead of having the treasurer pass it to you when you're confronted with the truth. And by the way, sir, I do not, nor have I ever beat my wife. I think we both know what we're getting at there. Chief Schmitzer, just curious if the patrol hours in the township has improved versus the admin hours that you and your deputy put in, sir.
15 seconds.
I had noticed that right after I brought this up due to my FOIA request on your department that the patrols past my home sure intensified for a month or so. Thank you. Chief, is there any way that you could write another grant to maybe cover some of the more exploded costs of the township's new UTV? It's a nice piece of gear though, sir. And Chief Herman, you and your department men, I wish to thank deeply, for without the service that you guys and the volunteers provide to our township, it would be the Wild West out here. I am for any needs the fire department requires, even the UTV, sir. God bless us all. And if any of you want, I've got copies of the United States Constitution here, which is something that you people basically took an oath to uphold, which I don't see you doing. Thank you for the extra time, Mr. Fortino. I appreciate it.